I was going to make a video today about narcolepsy with cataplexy because that's been kind of taking over my entire life lately. But I remembered that it is still EDS Awareness Month, which I also have, so I figured I would make a video about that instead. So I will try to keep this as brief as possible because I can tend to be a little verbose. But yeah, here we go. I've kind of been struggling with how to start this video because when you have a chronic illness, people's favorite thing to do is to remind you of how much worse it could be, and I don't want to come across like I'm feeling sorry for myself at all because I realize that things could be worse, and I don't really need to be told that all the friggin' time. So first of all, EDS stands for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it is a genetic defect of the connective tissue. So there's no cure for it. There are several different subtypes, but the subtype that I have is called hypermobile type or type 3. I have been told many times, even by doctors who don't fully understand EDS, that type 3 or hypermobile type is mostly benign and that it's more of a nuisance and a slight inconvenience, which for at least me personally is not true at all. There are certainly people out there who have lived most of their lives with EDS and were never diagnosed because the issues that they had with it just weren't enough to necessitate going through the ridiculous amount of medical tests and everything that you have to do. So there are some people who don't find out until their kids get diagnosed. Hi, Dad. So men typically with hypermobile type do not tend to be affected as much as women. That is not the case all over the board at all. But as a woman with hypermobile type, there's definitely the added complication of every month things getting way worse. Every month I have to worry about my symptoms getting worse with my hormones when I am right around that time of the month. Things start popping out like crazy. I can roll over in bed and a rib goes out. I stand up funny and my knee, my patella has dislocated completely, which let me tell you is super friggin' painful and very hard to get back into place by yourself. But that's a good thing about having EDS, I guess, if I'm going to look on the bright side, is that since my joints are so loose they can slip out that easily, I can almost always put them back in myself. I've had to have my husband come home early from work to help me put stuff back into place before, but it's pretty rare that that happens. Usually within a few minutes I'm able to get something back in. It is pretty distressing when something pops out and I can't get it to go back in. Sometimes that doesn't hurt, but it is a super disgusting sensation. My floating ribs on the left side will go out a lot, and it doesn't hurt at all, but it is so nasty. It is the grossest feeling. It's like there's something floating around in your abdomen and it just feels wrong. It's nasty. It doesn't hurt, but I hate it. I hate it so much. I would almost rather be in pain than have that super, super disgusting feeling. I could talk for an hour about all of the various individual injuries that I've had, but I will spare you from that because it is not important. I basically just wanted to talk about what it's like to live day to day with EDS and just help people be a little more aware, perhaps, that it is not just being awesome and flexible. It actually kind of sucks, even though it could be worse. I know. Don't have to tell me again. Thanks, though. Okay. Alright.